it's windy. So time is about, let's have a look, 10 to 7 in the morning, and we've got well, it's supposed to be about a 10 to 12 mile an hour wind coming from roughly that direction. When the wind comes from that direction, sort of, it's a northeasterly wind, northwesterly wind, beg your pardon, it can be a little bit unpredictable, a little bit blustery. My intention is to go just all the way down to the bottom of the lake and all the way back up, and then we'll see. I'm going to time myself actually, because the race that I went to last weekend, you know, I want to just see if I can, they said, you know, on a good day you should be able to get up and down the lake in a couple of hours, so I'm going to try and see if I can just do that. Here's the whisker pole. So from the last video you'll know that this part of the pole, the point, wouldn't go through the I think it's called the luff end, but this end here of the of the gybe. Well, this is a nail which was originally what I was going to use, and that will. And there we have a new whisker pole. So today I've got this camera, and I'm actually going to take this clip. So this clip is really cool, so I can do some shots like this. I've also, as you might have seen, oh no, I've got my head band, £7 for Amazon Basics, really good, fits really well, so I'm going to try that out as well. And I've got my trusty floating GoPro handheld device as well. I'm going to tether them with my little tethers here, so they can very quickly tether to the camera and then tether onto me here. And then my other camera's here, and that's on the remote. When I'm on my own, what I have to do is just make sure those wheels stay. So if they go down there onto the rocks, these hard wheels can be a real pain to move the boat at all. It's hard enough because you hit little ridges there on the slipway. That's what it's called, a slipway. And then just go in till you feel the boat get buoyant. There we go. I just make sure the boat is safe and sound. It will run aground, but let's not worry too much. The wind's actually dropped quite significantly, so we don't have to worry too much. Now I pull my trolley in, and one novice mistake I made the first couple of times I was down here was leaving my trolley there, which was very convenient for me, but of course not so convenient for everybody else. So I just put it here out the way, and someone can move it. I know the guy that owns this boat, he just uses it to go for a row now and again. You see the boat's behaving itself right there. So my rudder has actually corroded, snapped there, so I'm going to have to fix that. Now, I could fix that now, but I do have a spare rudder that I got off eBay, and it's in the car, so I'm going to remove this one and I'm going to see if I can take that home with me, and we're going to see if we can swap it for the other one. So here's my new stroke old rudder. It's actually in really good condition. It's absolutely filthy though, but it'll get a good clean. So I'm going to put it on the boat. I'm going to see if it fits first and foremost. That looks too high. Okay, that doesn't fit. Okay, so I haven't got a screwdriver, so I can't move the little pin down to meet that. But what I do have is a hammer and a nail. So I'm gonna jury rig this because I think it'll be fine. Huh. So I don't have a screwdriver, but I did have a spare nail, a hammer and a Dremel. So I've jury rigged this up. I've got the pin in here. Unfortunately, I have cracked the wood very, very slightly, but I'm sure that'll be okay. We can deal with that later. And then what I've done, because I think the nail was a little bit mild, I've just jury rigged this rope that will just stop. Look, you can see it just takes the tension off the nail, so the nail's really keeping it square. And I think we'll have a go. So this elastic definitely pulls the rudder down, so I've wound it round and just hooked it onto that screw. I have no idea where else you hook it to. There's nowhere on here, you know, other than putting it. No, I don't want to do that because I want to pull that cotter pin out. So I assume there should be a little screw somewhere that you pull it and put it on. It's a really old rudder, but there we go. So I think we're ready for to have a go with this rudder. So I'm going to launch the boat again. So I realise I begin all my videos with so. I'm going to have to stop doing that. So we are sailing. There's a little boat out. Oh, there he is, a fisherman just trolling out there. I don't know if you can make him out, but that's about it. Yeah, you can definitely see the winds coming across that way, because look, if we go too far, look, you can see the jib starts to collapse. So this is where we should be. But it's quite difficult conditions to sail in. For me, you know, when you're learning, you want I'd say a slightly windier than this, but not blustery. No wind is really difficult, and too much wind is obviously difficult. And I'm really mindful of this rudder. I mean, so far so good, but I don't want it to break or that nail to come out, and we're, you know, in the middle of the lake down there, not able to get home. We're making progress. So I'm kind of heading almost down the lake. So I think the wind is literally where it should be now, sort of over that way a little bit. So we're kind of broad reaching. We've just passed marker C in the middle there, A being at the top. I think G's the last marker, which is roughly in the middle of the lake. So I've got the whisker pole out. I've tried to connect it up to the spinnaker connector there, but I couldn't get it in the hole. So I'm going to put it in the hole first. I brought the sail right in. It's tricky because I don't know where the blooming wind is, and it's tricky because I don't know what I'm doing. So now I'm going to oh, okay, we can't do it that way. We're going to have to hold that somehow. So you do need like 15 hands when you're sailing. So I'm going to go like that. And the trick here is to keep that in. Let's trying not to put the pole in the drink while steering. Ah, there we go. I've got the sail, the main sail, right out at the moment because I just need to get the jib stick this side so I can click it in. And there we go. And there we go. So we've got that side. The only thing is we've got it the wrong side. We're going a bit of wing on wing. So what we could do is do a small gybe. Okay, I think the main sail wants to stay that side, so really we need to deploy it the other way. But look, that jib stick is working a treat. It's a tickle long, but I think it's working really well. So there's Bala Sailing Club. We've got a bit of wind and you can see the waves have sort of picked up a little as well, the swell. So I'm going to crack on, and I've also spotted some, I don't know if you can see them, some sailboats over there, and one of them is cracking along. I don't know whether that's a windsurfer though, it's hard to tell. I don't know if you can see the one furthest away, but there's definitely another sailboat and he's going for it as well, so maybe the wind's here. So that boat over there was a laser. He got really close actually. Trials and tribulations. We got within about 10 meters, which was, for me, scary. Down there it is a windsurfer, and then there's another sailboat down there as well, sailing with just his mainsail up. He's moving. Looks like a GP14 or a Wayfarer, but I could be wrong. We'll go down and let's have a little look. We're getting moderate wind and little gusts like now. You can see on the water. It's really fascinating, this lake, because you genuinely, I mean, I saw this when I was helping with the race, with the safety. Rob, the bosun of the club, was showing me how, you know, you can have little flutters of wind on one part of the lake, and all the sailboats, experienced sailors, they kind of all aim for it to get a little bit of wind. And you can see when someone is lucky and they catch a little bit of wind like that, they shoot on forward, and everyone else can be practically stationary. So it is fascinating. I don't really, racing isn't for me, but just learning from the racing is very, very fascinating. You never know when you might need an extra knot of wind or an extra knot of speed, especially if you're out on the sea, you know. So it's always nice to learn. If you know it, you don't have to use it. If you don't know it, you'll never be able to use it. So that's my philosophy anyway. So we're going to do a gybe. Let's try and not mess this one up. I'll get my sheets ready. Okay. I think it's a lot easier if you don't think about the jib. So I think about the jib all the time and getting the sheets and whatnot, because the sheets get tangled up, you can see. And I always worry about the jib, but I think you need to just forget about the jib, get the mainsail round. And that was a nice gybe for me. I'm quite pleased with that. Oh, we got a little bit of a breeze. So this is my first time sailing with another boat. I'll just come off the wind there, slow there. You can see them there. And I don't think I'm losing any ground to them. I don't know what boat they've got. They've only got their main sail out though. We're coming into the other campsite at the bottom of the lake now. I think I'm going to try and land there. Whoa, there's a nice bit of wind there. Wow. And then see where this guy's going just for a minute. Where's he going? I'll come this way. There we go. He's just drive around. There we go. Keep a nice distance. Oh, that was a nice one. I'd love to bring someone with me. We are travelling at a rate of knots. It's difficult to tell. I don't know what that boat is. See how close we keep getting to the beach here, look. We've landed. I don't know what this is called here. It's right at the bottom of the lake and it's quite a large campsite. I got a little cheeky chocolate bar last time I was here and whatnot. And then here is like another canoe activity centre. A lot of schools and Cub Scouts, Ventures, guides, whatever they are these days, come here as well. It's turned out to be a glorious day. Just look at that sky. That is amazing. Here's the boat. It was a very uneventful beach landing, other than I misjudged the depth and was up to here. So there we go. We'll probably dry off quite quickly today. Just got to find a tap as well, so I'm getting low on water, so find a little tap. I think I saw one down here, but it's a glorious day now. It's a wonderful day. Really looking forward to getting some beating up wind done. So we'll get some water, we'll get in the boat and let's get sailing. Quick battery change on the camera, and I think we can pretty much get ourselves in now across the wind. We've got our old friend the fly back. He's been merrily biting me, so hopefully we'll get rid of him when we get going, because I didn't like him very much. Here we go. So we're going to go, kind of got the wind right on our backs. There we are, we're off. And so I want to clear here. There's a little bit of shallow rocky outcrop there, so I just want to be really careful of that, where that fence is. Give that a nice wide berth. Literally follow where this little sort of inflatable mini catamaran's gone. There we go. There's our friend in the catamaran. Right. There we go. Actually, we're almost in irons here. Whoop. We're in irons here. I'm not paying attention. Just move the rudder, it'll reverse back and then push it round. There we go. Off the wind. Whoa. Let's get some speed and let's tack away back to the base. Let's see how long it takes. Got quite choppy. You can see little mini white caps. It's going to be good fun beating up here. Wow, we're hitting some rough seas. This is great. This is amazing. It's really cool. They must be at least 20 centimetre waves, these. You catch the odd, that's like a 30 centimetre wave. They're breaking as well, you can see. When you catch the odd one, then you get a load of splash. It's great. It's like being at sea on a big ocean going yacht, but you're not really. Oi! Rudder's holding up well, touch wood. Let's not jinx it. And it's a nice day actually. The wind's not too crazy. And beating's interesting, to be frank. I quite enjoy it. There is that Mirror Dinghy. There was a Mirror Dinghy that launched off the beach, a really old one, a 1200 number or 12,000 number. Whoa! And he's over there. You might just see the red sail coming from out behind that inlet. I'm trying to see if I can kind of catch that mirror up, but he's way off. So, and I don't really know where he's going. So we shall see. Here's the other mirror. He's just doing, I haven't caught him up. I'm not suddenly a massively amazing sailor. He's just doing sort of little circuits up here. He seems to be going super fast though compared to me. He's an older guy, you know, he may have a lot of experience, but he's really going for it if you look at him there. We'll give him a little proverbial wave and say hi. So I'm trying to see his birdie. So the wind's definitely, we're literally beam on to the wind now over that way. So, you know, I'm sure we're doing okay. I did notice I made another boo-boo today. I was waiting for the third one, and that is my, if you look at the main sheet, it's I've hooked it through that loop, instead of the pulley like an idiot, and check the rope. The sheet's okay, it's not gonna rub it too much. I think we'll make it back, but yeah, it's making hard work of the of holding on to the sheet really, so I need to get that sorted out, but I can't do it while we're on the move. We are making headway, and there is a nice lovely wind. It's not too blustery now, so yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is really lovely. We're still beating. We're actually at the campsite now, look, and we've got our old friend the Mirror Dinghy with us, and he's beating all the way up the lake with us, and we're having like an unofficial race, which is quite exciting, and I'm holding him behind me, which is pretty cool for my confidence. So I'm gonna tack now. We're going to hope to cross in front of him, because we crossed behind him before. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Whoa! We're there. Ooh. Just in front. Right. Wow, we are now leaning. I think that's what's giving me the edge over him. He's a slightly older gentleman, and I don't think he's doing any leaning back out of his yacht, boat, like I am. So I think I've got him on that. Pulling the sail in seriously increases your speed, especially beating. So keeping that sail nice and tight gives you a lot more speed. Well, there's the other Mirror Dinghy. We've just passed marker F, which means we're in the north part of the lake now. We've been going 50 minutes, and we are cruising ahead of that other Mirror. Doing quite well. I reckon we should put in for one of these little Sunday races. Whoop. I think he's gaining on us now. There doesn't seem to be any wind here, so I'm going to tack. Try and find wind. There's definitely wind on the other side of that lake. Right, so hour and 20 minutes. There's B, and we were making really good headway, and then the wind went. The wind just left us. There's A over there. I don't know if you see it. There's our friend in the Mirror. He turned around and went back down the lake. I've just practiced heaving too, so I just brought the mainsail down. There's not much wind, so I thought, why don't we have a little play, practice some technical skills. So I've heaved 2, I hove 2, and I can't seem to heave 2 very well though. So what I did, I just released the jib, and I'm gonna have a sandwich for lunch, and then we'll see if we can practice heaving 2 again. It's a lovely day, but if the wind doesn't pick up a little bit, I think I'm gonna call it a day and live to fight another day.